Good evening, friends, followers, and of course, channel members. So, tonight we have a real ops flight, but better than that, we have a giveaway flight as well. Very big thank you to Aerosoft, who tonight have provided us with a copy of their new Brandenburg airport in Berlin to give away to one lucky viewer of the stream this evening. The only thing you have to do at the moment to make sure you're in with a chance of winning is make sure that you are a subscriber to the channel. Simple as that. Nice and free, nice and easy. So, really looking forward to the flight this evening. Felix4788 on Twitch. Thank you very much for following us. So, at the moment we are on VATSIM with no air traffic control here at Dubrovnik, where we landed yesterday, I think it was. As you can see, we are on live weather, but we are not on live time. I was going to do this on live time tonight, but then I thought actually if we're going to a brand new airport, then it'd be quite nice to see it in the daylight. So yeah, that's the only reason that we're not on live time, but we are on live weather. So we'll have a look at it once we actually get to the airport. We'll take the drone camera around, have a look, see if we can see the sights, and have a look at the great detail from the new airport recently released from Aerosoft. So really looking forward to seeing that. So, without further ado, we should probably get on board and start setting up. We'll get the catering on board, you guys can get the beers in, we'll have plenty of snacks as well throughout the flight, and looking forward. The flight time today is a little under 2 hours, so a great evening's entertainment for you all lined up. Looking forward to this one. So good evening to the channel members: Norman, Chubby, Nick, Lewis, Dark, Simon, Leonard, and Coley205. Welcome to the First Officers Club, right in there, nice and early. Thank you very much, sir, for supporting the channel. In that case, grab yourself a free complimentary drink on the way in, and I look forward to giving you a nice, pleasant flight this evening. So, anybody else that is considering being a channel member, flight fan, if you hit the red join button, then all of the options will become available to you, and then you can see all the different perks available. So let's switch on the flypad and let's have a look at the current meta here in Dubrovnik. I'm going to copy and paste that into the chat. So as you can see, wind 070 at 9, ceiling visibility okay. So wind 070 at 9 would normally mean that we'd be looking for a different takeoff to the one that I've actually currently got planned, so we may have to just have a rethink about that. Originally the operational flight plan that I've got, again, I'm going to, I'll tell you what, you can actually see it just here, but let me pop a copy of that into the chat, because then any of you guys can then download this and use it along. So, Deepak, when you heard Aerosoft were going to delay the launch of the airport about 10 years. Well, for anyone that doesn't know the history of the airport that is in the chat, that is how long it seems to have taken Germany to get around to building this airport. German efficiency, world-renowned German efficiency, gone out the window with regards to this. Yeah, so originally when this flight plan was filed and the operational flight plan was created, we had a runway 29 departure. We may have another look just because of those winds. In fact, what we will do is see what they're doing in the simulator as well, as that could make a difference to us. Oh, where's the simulator gone? Let's get that back. Let's also just pop in the company name into the flypad, Easyjetsimpilot. There we go. So that's all now good and working. Pull the information in from the dashboard. And it's telling us here 070 at 9. Okay, so it looks like we're actually going to plan a different takeoff to the one I had planned, but that's no bother. We'll crack on with that. Let's just have a look at the charts then. So before we depart, let's have a look. So that was our original routing. So actually you can see this is actually going to save us some time now. So if we're going to depart from runway 7, so let's select now, not runway 7, sorry, runway 11, then our departures now look to be much more straightforward. So let's have a look at the that's an interesting That's runway, is that runway 11? So let's have a look at the, I was hopefully looking for a Mados departure. It looks like it'll be the, let's have a look at the Moku 5 Charlie departure. Let's open some charts here. Standard instrument departure, let's make this a little wider. So the Moku 5 Charlie looks okay. You can see basically either way we have to do a little bit of a turn. There's a lot of terrain and noise abatement that we've got to be aware of, so instead of it just being a straight out departure to this waypoint here, which is eventually where we're aiming for, if you can see here we've actually got to depart, make a loop, and then once we're high enough, make sure that we're at the Moku waypoint. We can't just depart straight out, because for those of you that saw us arrive, we actually arrived this way yesterday. We actually came in on runway 29, and there's a little bit of hillsides and things that we need to avoid. So we'll look at doing the Moku 5 Charlie departure. So let me just make a note of that now, as that's now changed. Moku 5 Charlie, and we'll get that programmed into the flight plan in a little while. Either way, we need to go ahead and start getting set up. So let's get the batteries on and everything else. Batteries on, get some external ground power. Santiago Lont, can I fly to Flamingo? No. There's the ground power unit coming on. Lewis, the cruise flight level is 2000. Are you sure you're going to fly that? No, I'm not going to be flying that. If you read the full operational flight plan, Lewis, all shall become clear. Leonard, surely a Flamingo can fly there themselves. That's a fair point. Right, ground power unit is now available, so let's get the external power connected up, crew supply on, and get those ADIRs aligned, get the nav lights on, get the no smoking sign, and of course emergency exit signs are armed. We'll do the fire test. Engine 1, engine 2, and the APU. All is good. We'll stop at the APU in a moment. First of all, I'm going to come down here and we're going to get our fuel loaded in. Whilst we're doing that, can we call the ramp? Let me just have a look. So if the pushback helper can open the doors for us, there's the 3 clicks. We shouldn't have done the fire test until we hear the 3 clicks. So get those doors open, and let's see if we can get the ramp connected up so you guys can start coming in. There it is. There you go, Lewis. Always make sure you read the entire operational flight plan, not just the first bit. Tim Pixel, good evening. So there's that ramp coming, and oh wow, they must know we're here. The fire engines are on their way. Right, all looks good down there. So this fuel, let's have a look and see what we've got. Let's go to our ATSU, then we can pull the information in from SimBrief, AOC, init press, init data request. There is 1 hour 51 minutes flight time today. So that's now pulled in. Let's have a look at our performance, weight and balance. So let's see if we can pull up the SimBrief operational flight plan. There we go, the stairs are connected, and go to our dispatch page, operational flight plan. Here we go. Norman, on the flight pad, when you enter certain characters and numbers, things start to change. Not good when flying. No, I'll give you a little tip for that. Press the right Alt key, and then suddenly you get a window. There we go. So I've now got a window. I can control everything on my tablet just here, and because you're now entering everything into the window and not the simulator, you shouldn't have those problems anymore. Those key binding effects will have all gone. but whilst scrolling through the OFP, of course, I can use the flypad directly. So, plan, but where are you going, Stairs? I don't think anyone's got on yet. Plan block is 6.1 tons. Let's check that's correct. Yes, it is. Let's load that in. And our passengers today, 148 passengers, a payload of 15392. And let's just scroll up, payload 15392, that is correct. Zero fuel weight 56.4, rounded up. 56.4, that's correct. And the zero fuel weight centre of gravity is now different. It is 26.8, so let's just change that, 26.8. This will change where we load the forward and rear baggage, I think. There we go. So that's all correct as well now, so let's load the payload in. There we go. And our gross weight is currently showing at 62.4 tons. There it is, 62.4. And our takeoff weight is showing to be 62.3, again rounded up. So that's nice as well. Leonard, is the new airport built in the sim? Well, it is with the copy of the airport that we're going to give away this evening, but I think it actually is a default version, is there anyway? Okay, so now the fuel's loaded in, then we can continue our overhead flows. All the fuel is now sorted, which means I can pop on the passenger signs. We can get the fuel pumps turned on. With those passenger signs turned on, I was going to start the APU, and I tell you what, shall we start getting some boarding done as well? Start letting you guys on board.
Cabin crew, we can open the doors now and start letting them on board. Thanks very much.
No problem.
Okay, so what did I say our local QNH was at the moment? Local QNH is 1022, and we'll just go ahead and pop that onto our standby. 1022. And are our doors open? I don't think they are. Let's get the main door open, then the passengers can actually start boarding. There it is. Yep, good evening, sir. 1022 on the standby, and skid is on. Let's come down to the pedestal, check the radio control panel. So VHF1's fine, VHF2, we'll get that on the guard frequency, which is 121.5. And VHF1 will not contact it yet, but Udicon 122.8 is armed as well. Everything else down there looks good, and standby transponders turned on, etc. Weather radar, thrust levers are idle, flaps 0, engine mode select norm. All is good. So up to the glare shield then, 1022 on here as well. Let's just put a bit of brightness on there. Stop climb altitude, let's pop that in now. So the stop climb altitude for this departure, initial climb clearance is 8,000 feet. Let's pop that on. 8,000 feet. Flight directors 1 and 2 coming on as well. So the main instrument panel, let's turn the brightness up and turn the first officers down, save on those frame rates. There we go. IRS alignment is in 2 minutes. And let's come down and check our aircraft status. So the aircraft data, I believe, is actually out of date now, is it not? Aircraft status 24th of March. Yeah, it's the 25th today, so we're now using an outdated AirAC cycle. Never mind. It's only a day out of date, and things don't change that much. We'll wait and see when Microsoft next update that, shall we? Okay, on to init A. So, init request, let's pull the data in from SimBrief. There's our routing, that's correct. Flight number, let's just pop our call sign in there now. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. And the alternate, so the alternate is, where's the alternate? Back to our operational flight plan. The alternate is Echo Delta Delta Papa. Echo Delta Delta Papa. cost index of 8, and it's got a cruise flight level there of 200. Well, that's not correct, but I know where Lewis got that from a little bit earlier on in the chat. That is a little problem SimBrief has, because it's telling us our initial climb is to flight level 200, which is fine. A bit of a step climb. But if you then scroll a little bit further down, we shall see that we actually climb here at, from Vrana up to 360. So about 90 minutes into the flight, we can look to increase our altitude to flight level 360. So I'm popping that in as our main flight level today. And let's have a look at that. So 360. And we'll just accept the temperature that the simulator gives us. That's fine. Tropopause 35280, and the tropopause on the flight plan is 3543. So not too much difference there, to be fair. What was it? 35453 was it? 53. Let's pop that back in. Norman, no problem, mate. Glad we helped you out. I knew there was a reason I did this. Okay, so init A is complete. We'd then have a look at making sure our IRS positions line up. We've also got 3 nav green, so that's good. So the flight plan then, we're off to Madus as the first waypoint. Is it not? Let's just double check this. So, Madus, which is just here. Right, okay. Let's have a look at these SIDs again. Madus 5 Charlie. Well, actually, we can take the Madus 2 Echo. So it's out of there, turn right, be above 6,000 feet by Dubrovnik, 11 miles DME. Then yeah, so the Madus 2 Echo, that's the one we want. So we're going to take off and we're going to overfly the airport again to get up to Madus. That's fine. So it's the Madus 2 Echo that we're now taking. So let's pop that in. Has the runway changed? So departure now is runway 11. Look for the Mado 2 Echo. There it is. Insert. And our arrival then into Berlin. Now, I have to confess, I have never been to this airport. Even in a simulator, I don't think I've been to this airport. I always used to go to the old one. So this is brand new for me. So I believe it's the Nucro 25 left, and then obviously 25 left. So Nucro 25 left and runway 25 left. Let's have a look. So arrival runway ILS 25 left, 4,000 meter runway. Plenty of room for things to go wrong. Oh, no stars available. Ah, right. Well, this is because, of course, probably at the time it was released, I don't know if the airport was opened, and I'm still not using Navigraph's data. In which case, do we need to build our own star? Let's have a quick look. We can do this whilst we're en route if we need to. So from Nucro, let's have a look. Right, from Nucro, it's just got these fixes in. Right, if air traffic control is online, all we shall do is from Nucro, which is the initial approach phase, ask them to give us vectors to intercept the ILS. We will put the final approach fix in there, which is Zanim. So let's go ahead and pop that in manually. So let's just insert that. We've got no veers or anything like that. HD, good afternoon. HD, I can try 25 right. I think it's purely because it's a new airport and the simulator's not got the information for it. ILS 25 right. Yeah, exactly the same look. Exactly the same. So let's go with our initial plan and go 25 left. We'll insert that with absolutely no information at all, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in the Zanim waypoint and see how we get on. with that. See if that waypoint actually exists in the database. And what I'll be checking as I do that is the distance here to make sure that doesn't do something silly. So from Nucro, let's pop in the waypoint Zanim. X-A-N-I-M. Let's see if that exists. Okay, let's scroll down and see what it says. Oh, that looks pretty good to me. Although what it has done is it has actually erased the Nucro waypoint. So do you know what? I'm going to erase that. I'd rather leave the Nucro waypoint in, because if air traffic control is online, they're going to expect to have us arriving at Nucro to begin the arrival sequence. So let's erase that. Let me just double check Nucro is still in there. There it is. Okay, so we've got a plan for our arrival. Let's just have a look at the gross area check on the distance. 658 and distance of, yeah, so 658 and then 705. That is because, of course, what SimBrief was expecting us to do is to fly this Star Trek, which all these little 4-mile distances, they add up. So that's the reason we've not got the perfect mileage together. Okay, but in terms of how things are going there, I'm quite happy. So onto the RadNav page then. For our departure, we're going to put the Dubrovnik VOR in. So HD, I don't know when you joined us, but it is it's the Mokram 5 Charlie departure from runway 11. So straight out, circling up, back over the airfield. So we want to put the Dubrovnik VOR in Delta Bravo Kilo for our distances. Delta Bravo Kilo. Pop that in. There we go. Just check the frequency, 115.4, and that is correct. Okay, so after the flight plan RadNav's all sorted, let's come to our init B. And zero fuel weight is 56.4, 56.4, and the zero fuel weight center of gravity is 26.8, 26.8. Our trip wind for this evening's flight is a headwind of 10, H10. And let's have a look at the fuel planning. HD, is there no RNAV SID? Probably not one that we can fly. Let's have a look. Is this not an RNAV SID? We're not actually flying to Mokran, so ignore the speed restriction. Those are... that's the wrong runway. Which is this one? No, that's the wrong runway. And that takes us out to Amugo, which is the wrong waypoint. Nick, you've already checked they're arriving on 25 right, are you? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We can easily change that. We can change that in flight. That's no big issue. So the RNAV departure that we have here, let me just make that window a little bit bigger, then we can have a look. So the RNAV departures that we've got there, that's not the right one. That's the wrong runway. I don't think there's an RNAV departure to take us out of runway 11. I'll let my PM, we'll let HD have a look at that whilst I'm just doing the fuel planning. Okay, so what are we looking for? We're looking for a fuel plan of around 6.1 tons. So fuel planning, confirm that. And it says 5.1. Fantastic. We've got 6 on board. Let's pop that in, 6.0 tons. Takeoff weight 62.3. Takeoff weight 62.3, spot on. These numbers are now populated, and we're looking now. Estimated fuel on board is 2.3 tons. Passengers are now all on board. Excellent. Okay, let's have a look at the takeoff performance then in a moment. So, performance. Transition altitude here just happens to be 10,000 feet, so that's quite nice. That's already coded in. Thrust reduction and acceleration, so the noise abatement then, if we come down here, noise abatement for the airport is, so that's for runway 29, so that actually, I'm not actually sure that matters. They want us to get high quickly, departing runway 11. So runway 29, we have to maintain these particular speeds. However, for runway 11, a bit noise abatement too. Just get up and out of the way, accelerate away, and climb as quick as possible. Just check the elevation is 519. So what have we got coded in here? 500, 500. That's fine. That's all right. Flaps 1 for departure. Our flex temp calculations for takeoff. Let's have a look at this. So we now need to change. Just get the latest METAR. Takeoff weight hasn't changed, so that's absolutely fine. But we're now departing runway 11. Really, this shouldn't make a difference. Are we going to use the full takeoff length? Yes, we are. We're going to taxi down and go to Alpha. So what is the full takeoff length runway available? Takeoff run available for runway 11 from the runway head is 3230. Let's check that matches up. 32. Oh, that's not right. 3299. Tells us here runway 11 from the head is 3230. Right, so the full is not 3299, it's 3230. Let's change that. And just check the heading's correct as well. Does it give us the heading on here, or does it give us that on the approach page? Might give it us on the approach. Heading for runway 11. Course is 114. That's fine. Heading 114. And that takeoff runway available, that's just disappeared. Come back. It was 3230. 3230. Yeah, no, I'm having the direction we're going, so it's old school. Let's see what's coded in then in a second once we check the flight plan and the navigation display. Okay, so let's calculate that. Flex temp 67. There we go. And the aircraft's centre of gravity, I'm just going to pull that up now, we'll set the trim later, is 26.9. There we go. Right, all passengers are now boarded, so let's have a look at the takeoff briefing. We just get those V-speeds calculated and popped in. There we go. So let's have a look at the navigation display, shall we, and see what this departure is looking like. That looks a little bit skew-whiffed compared to what the charts say. Let's have a look. Let me just pop out the navigation display, drag that over here for you, and then let's have a look at how the charts have got this shown. Oh, actually, that might not look too bad. Whoops, get the charts back. Okay, so departing runway 11, a right-hand turn to 11 miles DME, that's correct, and then we're coming back out over the airfield, actually, to Mados. That's not looking too bad at all, is it? That's actually looking pretty good. So what have we got? 6,000, 8,500, and then flight level 105. Let's just turn the constraints on. Do they match up as well? 6,000, I don't know what these are. 930 feet. That's not going to make any difference to us by there. I want to be well above that. Flight level 105. Actually, Flight Simulator's not done a bad job there. That's okay. HD, I'm just going to come back now. I've just seen your message. Is that on the threshold of the runway? Of course it is there. 114. Okay. What does D218C mean? Good question. Are you going to answer that for me, or was that a genuine question? Because if we have a look on here, we can obviously, the 11 miles DME, well that makes sense. And if we actually read the departure, which is the 5 Echo, 5 Echo? Sorry, 2 Echo. 2 Echo. So climb straight ahead to 2.1 DME. Turn right heading 177. Bearing from GR to 11 miles. So there's the 11 mile DME. Then turn left to intercept the Dubrovnik 150 radial inbound to 8.4 DME. Then right turn to intercept the R121 to Mokken. Oh, HD, I'm glad you're answering. So that's given us the radial 218. Does that actually match up with what we've got down here? Why does it say D218 then, and not R218? We'd have stood a fighting chance if it had said R218. Either way, that actually looks coded in not too bad. I've seen much worse. Okay, let me close that, shift that out of the way, and we need VOR on for this departure. There we go. So there it is. All right. So we're basically following the charts. HD. Oh, you're talking all kinds of strange language now. That's beyond my comprehension. C, third letter on the McDo keyboard. Thus, it's 3 DME. Wow. Okay, I'll await your next manual on that. Alright, so departure briefing. Well, we've just been looking at how we're actually going to fly the departure and noise abatement, normal noise abatement to departure for this runway. Strangely enough, if it's the other runway, runway 29, we do have other limits that we need to adhere to. But on here, just normal noise abatement departure. Get us up and away nice and quickly. Transition altitude is 10,000 feet. Our initial stop climb, is that actually still 8,000 feet here as well? Yes, it is. Minimum safe altitude is 5,600 feet, and the thrust reduction, as I say, is 1,500 for both. Alright, well, there's the departure briefing done. All passengers are now on board. Let's just run our before start checklist. We can also... Are the doors closed? No, not yet. Let's get those doors closed. We can also get rid of the ground power unit, if that hasn't already done one. There it is. Get rid of that. Disconnect.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our EasyJet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Great stuff, thank you very much.
Alright, so just check up here, everything's looking good down here as well. We can also lock the flight deck doors. HD, simples. Great. I see where you're going with it, but that's still going to take some reading. Okay, so cockpit preparation is complete. The signs are both on and auto. The ADIRs are aligned. We've already checked 3 nav green. Fuel quantity is loaded. Check that's balanced up correctly, which it is. And FMGS is now coded incorrectly. We've got the rat nav set. Altimeter is 1022. Let's just check it. It is still 1022. There it is. Yeah, 1022. So no change to that performance data needed there. Windows and doors are all checked as well. So let's switch over to Unicom and tell them.
And Rocky traffic 0464 is retested by Whiskey Alpha to holding point 11.
Okay, so we've got. I think that's Nick. Yep, there he goes. So he can taxi, and I presume he's not going to wait for me. He can just get going. We're going to taxi the same way. It's Whiskey to Alpha to holding point. There it is. So there's basically our route, pushing back, facing to the west, Whiskey Alpha. There he goes. And right, let's get that beacon sign on. Let's get the nose wheel, make sure that's disconnected, which it is. Let's get on the transponder as well. And parking brake is on, thrust levers are at idle. So, Dubrovnik traffic, EZ34 Alpha Mike, pushing back, stand 1-4, facing west.
Cabin crew, we're about ready to push back, so if you can follow the door around, cross check, thank you.
Okay, so windows and doors are closed and armed as indicated by the slide. Rotating beacon light is on, mobile phone off, parking brake is on, but we're about to release that as we get ready to push back.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, good morning. This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you on board the aircraft. My name is Gavin, and we're not expecting any delays, so we should be arriving on time at our destination. Cabin crew are just tidying up the last few things in the aircraft.
And starting engine 1.
A couple of checks, and we should be getting out of here very shortly. If you would help the cabin crew by getting yourselves sat comfortably with seatbelts fastened, we should now be ready to depart in just a few minutes. Now though, I'd like to thank you to fly these jets today, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened.
Dubrovnik traffic is for taxiing to runway 11 via Whiskey and Alpha.
I recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with EasyJet.
So pushback is complete, parking brake is on, engine 2 is stabilised, so let's get the engine mode selected to norm. APU bleed can come off, anti-ice not required, APU master can come off as well, ground spoilers.
Takeoff 064, lining up, runway 11.
Flaps 1, and our pitch trim 26.9. Probably didn't need to move it, to be fair, that was pretty centered. And the ECAM status, let's just check. All systems fine, we're now clear to disconnect, so wave goodbye to our tug driver and we can all settle in for our nice flight to Germany. Where's the tug driver? Is he still there or has he already disappeared? Oh, he's already disappeared. Make sure we're not going to run him over. Nope, he's gone. He's done one. So, pushback is now clear. We know where we're taxiing down. Let's do a flight control check. So, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, neutral.
Dubelovnik traffic KLM 844 is pushing back facing west.
Dubrovnik traffic Easy 34 Alpha Mike taxiing via Whiskey Alpha to hold short runway 11. So let's get that taxi light on. Parking brake can now come off. And let's go.
KLM 844 for the Easyjets who just mentioned taxiing. I'll wait for you to pass and then start my pushback.
Roger, thank you for that. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. So the KLM's going to hold.
Roger that.
So whilst we're taxiing down the straight and narrow, let's just continue to set up. So we'll get the weather radars on. And auto brake. Ding the cabin crew up here as well. TO config. And we will of course have the terrain on for our departure. So departure briefing then. Everything seems to be quite nicely coded in, so we're just going to basically follow the navigation display, but we've also got raw data being shown down here as well. Thrust reduction and acceleration 1,500 feet. Initial stop climb is 8,000 feet, which matches what we've got in the FCU. Transition altitude is 10,000 feet. No change to our takeoff performance. Engine out procedure, if we did have a problem, we would come back to land here at Dubrovnik. We are below the maximum landing weight, so no issue there, and the weather is obviously very good. But hopefully that shan't be an issue. So on departure, as obviously I will be concentrating quite heavily on how the aircraft's flying with the terrain around it, so my apologies if I'm not keeping an eye too much on the chat. But we've got a decent length flight, so we can all enjoy a little catch-up after that. Wave goodbye to Nick, everybody. Bye-bye, Nick. See you in Berlin. So the before takeoff checklist will also give the EasyJet in front of us a couple of minutes before we depart after him. The flight controls are check, departure briefing is confirmed, flaps is config 1, FMA and takeoff data check 129 blue, 134 magenta, 8,000 feet blue, climb nav and 1 FD2, and should have a flex temp takeoff, should we not?
Traffic is preferably holding on runway 11 due to spacing for like 2 minutes.
HDL, if something goes bang on departure, turn right. I said, well, I won't be turning left, that's for sure. Right, I just need to check our flex temp. Is that not been coded in? Ah, good old checklists. Flex temp is 67. And flex temp 67. There we go. Transponder is set. Ecam memo takeoff no blue.
Dubrovnik traffic KLM 844 taxiing to holding point.
LA20 flat bag is stowed.
Whiskey and Alpha. Dubrovnik traffic.
So the before takeoff checklist below the line, which we'll do in a moment actually. We'll just wait for the EasyJet in front of us to depart. How do I do the camera switching? So they're just custom views that I've set up. If you check out the channel, I've put a quick tutorial on that regarding setting them up for the CRJ. The exact same thing applies to the Airbus. You can do it with any aircraft. HD, be honest now. How many times have you made the same mistake? And a checklist, or rather, not the same one, but how many times has a checklist saved you? Norman, you're quite right. Why does all airport traffic want to play chicken? I have no idea. So I think the EasyJet should be good now. Nick's been gone for a while. Unless he's run off the end of the runway and is now blocking the departure route. So once he leaves, then we'll get all the lights on.
Traffic is wrong runway 11.
Brake temperatures are fine. Takeoff lineup clearance. There's nothing coming in anyway. I've not heard anything on Unicom. And we'll get all those lights on now. So strobe lights can come on. Anti-ice not required. Let's get the landing lights on. Runway turn-off lights on. Nose lights on. And we'll not turn the packs off just yet. Transponder is on. TCAS as well. Oh, HD. I do remember that. You're telling me now you've said it. You forgot the flaps when flying with your head of training. He thought it was hilarious. Was that in a sim? Please tell me that was in a sim. Simon, very, very kind of you, sir. Thank you once again for your continued donation to the channel. A big thank you, and you are very, very kind. Hopefully we can give you an entertaining evening. I can't promise the same amount of comedy you get in the CRJ flights. I pretend to know what I'm doing in this aircraft. Okay, so we'll just hold that there. Chumi's well on his way. We'll just set the chrono, set the timer going for that. So our cabin is secured for takeoff. We've got the green ECAM memo there. Engine mode select norm. TCAS is on. TA, RA, tilt above. Packs are currently, they're still on at the moment. I'm going to turn them off just before departure. Anti-ice is not required. There you can see the valley that we're going to fly between. So as you can see, let me just bring these range rings in a little bit. You can see exactly how we we take off and almost depart straight away. HD, it wasn't in a sim. Thank God for the checklists. Just whilst I'm giving a bit of spacing to the EasyJet in front of us, on a more serious note, I forget which flight it was. I think it was somewhere in South America, and they were running through the checklists. It was a small commuter plane. They were running through the checklists, and a flight attendant came in at the wrong time, interrupted the checklists, and they actually forgot the flaps. Took off, no flaps, and unfortunately it didn't end too well. I forget which flight that was, but lessons learnt. Simon, you've just done your first flight on the CAJ on VATSIM as well. Oh, you're brave. I wouldn't even attempt that just yet. So we're turning right at the Gruder NDB, which is just here, as you can see, and then follow the flight plan around. We don't have to fly actually this complete right angle. It should actually be a little bit more of an arc, so if we do arc it a little bit, obviously we're in VMC conditions, we can see the hills that we're going to hit, so that's it. HD, you're right, we do, so we can pop then onto the RadNav. Can we put the identifier in? Will that work? That didn't appear to work, did it? Let's just put it in 414. Try that. There we go. There it is. Okay, so that's plenty of signs. So Dubrovnik traffic, easy 34 Alpha Mike, departing to the south, runway 11. Matthew, did Northwest do it at Dallas? Oh. Well, at least they have good emergency services there. Alright, let's concentrate on our departure. Parking brake off, packs coming off. And start the chrono. 50% and 1. And set takeoff thrust.
Dubrovnik traffic.
Man flex, SRS and runway. Happy to use some rudder already just to keep us on the centre line. Quite a bit of rudder actually. V1 and rotate. So I am going to be concentrating on this departure just for a few minutes. So climb thrust at around 1500 feet. Pack 1 coming back on. We'll put pack 2 on after making this right hand turn. Pack 2 can come on now, or just in that turn. And as I say, if you compare the chart, we don't need to fly a perfect line on here because this looks a little bit not quite accurate. We want to fly almost a nice easy arc around there. Pass S speed, ground spoilers disarmed.
Dubrovnik traffic, KLM 844 departing runway 11, Dubrovnik traffic.
And we're just quite happy continuing to climb. Speed is increasing as well, up to 250 knots. There's the initial climb of 8,000 feet coming up. And then this DME at 11 miles, we should fly over to intercept the 182 radial from the Dubrovnik VOR. And just for something different, I could have put the autopilot on, but obviously I haven't at the moment. Just because I wanted to hand fly this departure. Practice that hands-on flying that you have to do in the CRJ.
Dubrovnik traffic, 464 is pushing back yet again, face west.
And now, once we get on this outbound, this inbound track back towards Dubrovnik, we'll pop on the autopilot. Okay, so let's continue our climb now. Let's just set our there's no air traffic control, but we can set flight level 200. At the moment it's 20,000 feet. Flight level 200. And we need to be above flight level 105 by the time we just get past the Dubrovnik VOR again. As Nick, have I just heard Nick saying he's got a flight control failure? That's no good. Okay, so there's the airport back in front of us. We're now going to pop the autopilot on, and that should now continue to fly straight out as is coded and looks more accurate compared to the chart as well. So now we're going to start our climb, and as I say, we'll pop the autopilot on as well. So autopilot 1 is coming on with a jolt. And that's now climbing away. It'll hold every 250 knots, or it should have held 250 knots until passing flight level 10.
Fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Did the flight attendant just say that the smoking signs, the seatbelt signs have been turned off? I didn't turn them off. HD, thank you. Thrust climb, open climb, and obviously nav. Going to manage mode actually for our climb. There we go, climb mode. And we're above the next constraint, so I'm happy with that. File 360 is going to be fine. Optimum is 390 and recommended is also 390. We could go higher if we wished. And just while that continues to climb, let me just double check the operational flight plan as to when it said, because it was quite early on that we wanted to go to flight level 360. Where was it? It was there from Verona, wherever that is. Why was the NDB not displayed on your navigation on departure? Well, I thought I'd turned it on. We've got the VOR, obviously. Oh, I know exactly why it wasn't displayed. Because I'd got VOR1 on there, and I should have put, what I should have done is VOR1 was on there, and in the RadNav page I should have had it on here, 414 on there. If I did that now, there we go, that's what we should have seen. So that's why. Pilot error. Pilot error is the reason that it wasn't shown. I'd put them both on display one, as opposed to the VOR on one and the ADF on the other. So for those of you asking how to enter the giveaway at this stage, very, very simple. Just make sure you're a subscriber to the channel. That's all that you need to do. HD, I'm presuming you knew the answer before you actually asked me the question. What a good way to learn. Extreme Paul, you can enter the giveaway by being a member of the channel. Sorry, a subscriber to the channel. I need to stop saying that, of course. Speed Alt Star, that's fine. HD, I got that one in. I got that FMA in. Ooh, a little bit of turbulence. See that rocking round? Seatbelt signs are still on, actually. I'm going to release the cabin crew because I haven't released them yet, and let's face it, we all need a drink. I will take only just HD.
That's Baltic traffic 0464, lining up, runway left.
Has Nick gone back to Dubrovnik and taking off again? Wow, that mechanic worked quickly. Right, I'm done with those VORs and ADFs. Let's get rid of those. The rotate was not comfortable. No, you're right. I was actually fighting on the takeoff roll. It looked nice, dead centered. We were on the center line all the way down, but I was actually having to put quite a lot of right rudder into that to keep us on the center line all the way down. And then as we lifted off, we had a bit of a gust. HD, no, it's not flight level 2002 Berlin. We actually are clear to start climbing from Verona up to flight level 360. I don't know why, but yeah, we're going to start climbing in about 40 miles apparently. There it is, Verona, and climb up. Okay, we've passed through a little bit of turbulence. Seatbelt signs coming off. So it won't be long before the cabin service is commenced. No, HD, I thought it was a little bit strange as well, but I thought, unless there was an airway restriction, mind you, I didn't see one. Not to my untrained eye, anyway. Go on then, let's go for it. Flight level 360. Thrust climb, 360 blue. Dark, do you need the service automation on in self-loading cargo? You can, but then you're not in control of what happens. So I generally tend to leave it turned off. Oh, Darth Duck, you cat. How cheeky of you. Of course there is cabin service on EasyJet. It just costs you. So a reminder guys, if you are just joining the stream, this is a giveaway flight. We're flying to Aerosoft's newly released Berlin Brandenburg airport. Looking forward to seeing that when we get there. That's the reason of course that we're not flying in on real time as well, but we want to see it in the daytime. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway at this moment in time, all I need you to do is be a subscriber to the channel. Peter James, welcome to the First Officers Club. Many thanks for joining and getting on board. As the cabin crew make their way through the cabin, please grab yourself a free complimentary glass of wine. Or whatever else you'd prefer. But seriously, thank you very much, Peter. Really, really great to have you on board. Looking forward to doing more flights with you. Dave, you've got diesel in your A320, your contrails are very black. Give it some choke. Simon, exactly right. That's why I don't have service automation on. They'd stop serving alcohol as often as I serve it. Speaking of which...
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an EasyJet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Hi Peter, good to see you my friend. It seems like the cabin crew are going to try and sell you stuff today before before they ply you with alcohol. You'd have thought it would have made more sense to do it the other way around. Ply you with alcohol and then you're more likely to take advantage of their special offers today. The big special offer of course being the giveaway. So Nick, what happened? You had the Windows did-a-dum chime as you went down the hill. Oh, that is bad. I love our community. All the flight sim, all the channel members now welcoming Peter. Really great to have you on board, Peter. And I have got an idea lined up for a community flight for our channel members, which of course is something that we're going to start doing. So I'm looking forward to doing that as well very soon. Gabrielle, how are you, sir? Long time no see. Thanks for tuning in. Edka from India. Fantastic. Wow, what time is it where you are? You're late. Saturated, is there going to be a without sharklets A320 version from the fly-by-wire team? Well, I don't know if any of you caught the video that was uploaded, I think it was last night, which basically updated, told you quite a few updates that the fly-by-wire team are doing. What they're waiting for is some of the specific blender issues to come through, and then they can make the new models. So the A318, 19, 21 is all planned. So really looking forward to that. The A318 will be great, actually. Means that we can legally land at London City. For anyone that wants to try that. Passing flight level 300. What is the green equal sign on the primary flight display near the red tape? Are you in a different simulator, Captain Camel? Because you're right. I think they're HD. I think it's referring to the normal green equal signs, which is showing. I think it just shows that you're in normal load, doesn't it? But these aren't these missing from the primary flight displays here in Microsoft Flight Simulator at the moment? Dark, you notice the custom hasn't been updated in a while, but the dev is full of new stuff. Well, normally the custom takes between 1 and 2 days before that gets merged. In fact, that's a good point, actually. Let's just go to the performance page. Ah, right, okay. So, some of you that are flying on the dev version, I prefer the custom, but the dev version, you'll notice that the approach change has now changed to the Honeywell edition, and I've got a video coming out about that very, very soon. Japsology, all you need to do is be a subscriber to the channel, my friend, and then stick with us for the giveaway. Oh, sorry, HD. I'm referring to the wrong green. I'm referring to the wrong equal signs. Pete, evening, Gav. I'm taking an enforced sabbatical at the moment because of intermittent crashes through the last. Oh dear. We'll wait for the next update to see if they can cure it. So Pete, what's happened with your simulator? Apart from it crashing, maybe we can get you flying again, because obviously plenty of people are flying comfortably since the last update, so maybe it's something we can help you with. Okay, right. So there's quite a bit of air traffic control online, I think, in our path. Will be interesting to see as we get closer. We're coming up on flight level 360 now, Mac Alt Star. We'll have Alt Cruise in a moment. Will, am I going to try out the new helicopter for Flight Simulator? Right. The last time I attempted a helicopter in Flight Simulator, it must have been something like Flight Sim 98 or Flight Sim 2000. The first one that had the helicopter, and I think it usually took off, fell over, and that was it. I couldn't get any further. David, the best version is the custom one. I think it is, but purely from a hand flying point of view. Much nicer to handle, more realistic. The developer version has all the latest features, but the custom version is normally it's normally 1 or 2 days behind it, but it's not been updated in a while. But I think the custom version is soon going to be the custom autopilot version, which is why it may not have been updated for a while. I'd have to check with the the fly-by-wire guys. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be too long now before we see the custom autopilot, and that will be the custom version. Alt cruise. There we are. Peter, are they going to do the same to the A380 to what fly-by-wire has done to the A320? Not quite sure I understand the question there, James. How do you mean? Because obviously it's fly-by-wire that's making the 380. So basically everything that you can see here in the 320 is going to be in the A380. Definitely. Norman, do I have self-loading cargo on a separate monitor? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Why, do you want to see how happy my passengers are? Passengers are 96% satisfied. I also have a monitor in the bottom right hand corner which tells me how satisfied HD is, but I'm not showing you that one. And we're now sat pretty in the cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, once again, just to let you know that we've reached our cruise level for today's flight. We're not anticipating any delay, so we should have you at your destination on time as planned. As the cabin crew make their way around the aircraft, you make sure the aisles don't have any items. Tell your mate to sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
One of the other beauties, of course, I know we're not flying on live time, but one of the other beauties of this is that we do get the scenery, and that's nice. And you know what, this is actually quite a long stream for an evening flight. Normally, I mean, evening flights I limit to about an hour, hour and 15 minutes flight time, but we did get started a little bit earlier than usual, and Aerosoft have been really, really kind in the airport that they have provided me with to show you, and of course to give away as well. So I thought, you know what, why not? It's Thursday, it's Friday tomorrow. Let's do a slightly longer evening flight, which means you get to listen to my dulcet tones for a full 2 hours or more. What better way to spend a Thursday evening?
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So, round one of the drinks are on their way. So, now we're at the cruise. Let's do things properly, shall we? While you guys get your drinks. So, SD pages, engine fuel flow, everything looks normal as it should. Bleeder, again, everything looking happy. Landing elevation. I actually don't think this page ever changes, to be fair. I've never seen it change, even when messing around with things. But landing elevation is set to auto. Could potentially have a play with it up here, actually, and see what it does. But for now, I don't think this changes. Let's have a look at the electrics page, which we know now is working quite nice. Peter James, how do I get the different voices? Do you mean from self-loading cargo? So self-loading cargo is the name of the program that provides all the cabin sounds and things like that, and you can just pop your own in rather than using the default. Hydraulics page is currently underway as well. I have seen that. Let's just set standard pressure as well on the standby while I'm up here. There we go. Fuel is all okay. For anyone that doesn't know, I know I've mentioned this before, but you can obviously see we've got less fuel in the left tank than the right tank. That's purely because the APU was on at the start of the flight, and APU burns fuel from the left side, which is why there's a slight imbalance, but nothing concerning. APU is obviously off. 24 degrees in the cabin. I hope that's warm enough for you all. Doors are obviously closed and armed still. Wheel temperatures 5 degrees. flight controls, all the computers are working. Beautiful. So we're now at we're now just past Tivvu, sorry, headed towards Tivvu. What are we? 14 miles away, 29 minutes into the flight. Let's have a look at that. So Tivnu, 29 minutes. So we're about we're about a minute behind schedule. Well, that's fine. HD, you've not provided me with that one, have you? Or have I glossed over it? Lewis, we're at Mach 0.78 at the moment. J-Hog, that's the first time you've heard that voice on self-loading cargo. Yes, new one. Rawa, please don't spam the chat. I'm happy to answer your questions. So the PC that I've currently got was about £750 here in the UK. But I do think one of the keys to that is I got it before the flight simulator came out. For this flight simulator, but I did get it before the flight sim came out, because it seems at the moment, whether it's spurred on by Microsoft Flight Simulator or the fact that everyone's been in lockdown for so long, everyone's trying to get hold of accessories and GPUs and CPUs, then the price has just gone completely, it's skyrocketed, hasn't it? HD, should we try it? Fuel pumps off on the heavy side and turn on the crossfeed. Okay, so the heavier side is the right. Let's just try it. Fuel flow. So the heavier side is the right, and turn on the crossfeed valve. So fuel pumps can come off on the right. Crossfeed is on. HD. Engine 2's just shut down. What did I press? Should we get those back on quickly? Right. It'll only take a minute to balance. What? Without the engine on? Is that normal? We're now crabbing through the air. Turn them on again. Yeah, okay. Engine 1, and what do we need to descend to get that started again? That's not supposed to happen. Do we need to be below, or are we too high to start engine 2? Right, let's just... Right, ignition is on. And we're not getting anything from engine 2. Let's get the APU on. HD, when you say oh crap, that concerns me. Right, okay, do you know what? Let's just get engine 2 off. Let's descend, shall we? Let's get faster than 300 knots. Let's get down. I may hasten to add, this this real-life emergency occurred when trying to do a procedure which it shouldn't have happened in. Thrust lever to idle and master on. Okay, let's just get over 300 knots. Let's get down. Engine master is already off HD. Done that. Let's get down to flight level 200. And so many people have asked, can I do an in-flight engine failure and show me what you do? Oh well, if you're here, now's the chance to watch. Right, can we pull thrust lever 1 down? Yes we can. Oh, is it going to be key bound? It is, it's going to be key bound. Okay. We might just have to hope that continues to work in the sim without. So thrust levers to idle. Let's get down to 5. We increase the... Once we got a bit lower, I'll increase the rate of descent. That will increase our speed whilst both thrust levers are at idle. APU bleed can now come on as the APU is running. Let's see if we can get engine 2 started, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt.
HD, do you still want me to get up to 300 knots?
Now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Where are we, by the way? Abuti. Where's Abuti? Let me find that. And what have we got? Just need to know MRA. Where is Abuti? 5,200. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, that's because I had to pull both down. HD. The thrust levers are combined, so it's either engine 1 or engine 2. They have to both be there. Let's get up to 300 knots, so we'll pitch down a little bit more. There we go. Right, we're above 300 knots. Should we attempt the start sequence? APU is running. APU bleed is on. Engine mode select to ignition. Let's try engine masters on now and see if we get any life. N2's coming up. Here's a bit of excitement for you guys, myself included. We'll let that stabilise HD, and then is it MCT? Engine 2 is back online, folks. Engine 2 is back online. Okay, MCT HD, I'm just waiting for confirmation from you. We're about to hit flight level 200. Okay, both engines are in. Back to the climb gate. speed, Alt Star. Engine 2 appears to be running and fine. Let's go back into manage mode. And now that's all working again. Should we go back to our cruise altitude? So we're now back at thrust climb, climbing again, and flight level 360. Ignition can go back to norm, APU and APU bleed can come back off. And now we're climbing again. Oh, well, there you go. You weren't expecting to see that tonight, were you? So HD, was that a memory item or was the QRH out? All is stable. Both engine 1 and engine 2 quite happy. So HD, you know that fuel imbalance, should we just leave it? Yeah, I'm quite happy with the bit of fuel imbalance. Where's that cabin crew? There's a drink in the fridge. I'm going back to the galley in a minute. Crisis averted. Funnily enough, the next thing I was about to do before listening to HD and trying to sort out the fuel imbalance QRH, then the next thing I was about to do was I was going to check the en route weathers just in case we had an in-flight emergency and had to divert somewhere. Well, I'm not doing it, HD. That's all yours. Oh, guys, I'll take the thanks and the compliments on the recovery, but of course, that was HD's quick thinking. Right, while we're down at this lower altitude, what's the sat? Oh, we're good. We're done. I thought we may need to put a bit of anti-ice on coming through here, but no, everything looks fine there. Peter, that's a very good point. You now know how to do a restart at cruise level. For anyone that's missed that, I may do a quick tutorial, although I think me and HD may discuss that privately first. So let's just do the overhead panel check. No lights. Happy with everything there. Nothing daft showing. No issues on the ECAMs. All engines are stable. System ECAMs are fine. Engine mode select norm. Obviously Masters 1 and 2 both on. And a big round of applause for HD. And you say you've not been in the aircraft for months. That was a crap memory drill. Are you sure it wasn't an oh crap memory drill? One thing I would question in HD, just when we were doing the actually trying to do the fuel imbalance, would the crossfeed not come on before turning off the tank pumps? Because all I did, I turned off the heavier side which is the right tank pumps, shown just there, and then we put the crossfeed on. So I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Would you not want to put the crossfeed on before turning off the right tank pumps? I'm sure obviously you don't. I just trying to think things through logically. Right, well, we're now back in the climb. Crisis appears to be averted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Okay, HD, yeah, right, that makes sense, thank you. Yap says, can we leave the buttons alone for now? It made a Thursday evening flight stream a little bit more interesting, didn't it? Okay, Peter, no. You can try it privately if you wish. You now know how to restart your engine. Oh, Nick, yes, the night for failures. All those hours was self-inflicted. I'll mention that to fly-by-wire. I attempted to write a fuel imbalance, and engine 1 shut down. Oh, I need a drink. HD, yes, so the left tanks were the lighter side because the APU had been running from it. You did tell me to turn off the heavier side, but I think you're right, I don't think that would have made a slight bit of difference. We were definitely faster than 300 knots, so the APU would have done the trick. At least it worked. At least we got the engine going again. Yep. Crossfeed check. Turn the engines off. Turn to the side which needs more fuel and start the engine again. I tell you, one of these days you'll try a full engine out landing. Oh, always fun. When you're in the simulator, it's fun at least, anyway. So, we're nearly back at our cruising level. So HD there makes a very good point. That's right, the drills are actually written out and you don't do them from memory. The QRH is there for a reason, so that daft mistakes can't possibly be made. Mac Alt Star. Let's call the FMAs again. We'll have even more fuel in the right hand side now. Well, you're right, because we were just well, let's check how much more. Oh yeah, look at that. About 200 kilograms more. Dark, where's the sound pack in my self-loading cargo from? I actually just found it on the internet. I don't know if HQ can confirm if they're they're used. He probably can't remember what they sound like, bless him. HD, you know that pilot briefing room that we've got on the Discord channel? I can see an essay coming up. That's tomorrow's task. Oh, well, if that wasn't enough excitement for one night, of course we've got a giveaway coming up later. I'm quite looking forward to Brandenburg. I suddenly have a heart-racing moment thinking I'm not going to make it to Brandenburg. Ah, HD, you say that. We can't dump fuel in the A320. But you can in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're not going to, of course. Dark, that's a great idea. Can we get a HD sound pack? It would consist of FMAs, get that nose up, standard pressure, centerline, ruler, and finally, oh crap. Oh, and don't forget, what's it doing now? Anyway, where are we? Do we need to look at our arrival yet? Oh, we're only 50 minutes into the flight. Let's have a look. So, we're direct to Lockvoo, and we should be there in about 14 minutes. Let's have a look. 14 minutes, should be 1 hour 4 minutes into the flight. 1 hour 4 minutes into the flight, we will be at Lockvoo. So we're actually still bang on time. Oh, HD. If my work iPad had been handy, I could have told you properly, but it would have meant going to the kitchen. You usually find beer in the kitchen. And we're at Alt Cruise as well. Forgot that call out. Captain Campbell, you are correct. In the real world, that engine would not have gone out. Well, Nick, you've had your own amount of excitement today, haven't you? Taking off then a flight control failure. And let's face it, if you're going to have a flight control failure on takeoff, you don't want it to be somewhere like Dubrovnik. Not with all the hills that are in terrain that's around there. HD, yes, and where's it going? And in all the excitement, I forgot to welcome DJ Fanta 749 on Twitch, who has now followed us as well. So thank you very much for that. So if you did enjoy that little bit of excitement, guys, do me a little favour if you would be so kind. Just hit that like button on the stream if you haven't done so already. I would really appreciate that. That would be grand. And of course, if you really enjoyed it and you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, then why not? You need to be a subscriber as well to be with a chance of winning the giveaway that we shall be doing a little bit later on. Oh, we're gonna chuckle about that one for a while, HD. Well, Norman, I think the whole point of us getting down to about 300 knots is we've then got the airspeed running through the engine, which assists then in starting it. You're not referring to the air turbine, are you? The rat that comes out, little propeller. That could go down in one of our flights in best moments. What happens when we try to run a normal procedure and the sim just shuts the engine off? We'll be famous. I'm sure someone can clip that. Dark Fury. Glad that wasn't in the CRJ. There would have been a 300-page manual restart. So who have we got online now, air traffic control wise? Langdon is on, Eurocontrol West is on. I think we're out of their jurisdiction, so we may get asked to contact air traffic control a little bit later if they're still online when we get there, because where are we at the moment? Lokvu, which is so that's Vienna, so we're in Vienna flight information region. We're then going to Prague, then the Rhine radar, and that's it then, all the way down into Berlin. Pete Sato, hello everyone, sorry you're late, what did you miss? Nothing, absolutely nothing. It's been a pretty chilled out standard flight so far, he says, lying through his teeth.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So time to grab those snacks, guys. Bag of crisps, a couple of sandwiches, soak up the much needed alcohol that has been required on this flight. So I'm sure HD will correct me, yeah, but I do think it, if you lose all electrical power, it, I think it does provide some backup electrical and hydraulic pressure as well, does it? Just so you've still got surface control movements, limited, but better than nothing. HD, but then look, passengers and cabin crew didn't notice a thing. No, I mean, we descended about 2,500 feet per minute, but nothing wrong with that. J-Hog, do I know a link for the self-loading cargo? I don't. Right, I'll tell you what, guys. Give me a few days and I'll try and sort this. I'll pop this cabin pack in our Discord, as I've tailored it to, obviously, to EasyJet. But I had to go searching quite hard for them and then do quite a bit of file editing, chopping, cutting, pasting, and then running it through some software that I have. So I'll so yeah. Oh, HD, sorry, I was referring to the rat, not the ram. So I'll pop this in the I will pop this sound pack in the Discord channel. HD, that is a really good point. Had air traffic control been online, that could have been very interesting. Particularly as sometimes they don't actually allow you to do emergency procedures. You have to disconnect from VATSIM. Basically, you have to contact them and say, is it okay if I've lost an engine and perform an emergency procedure? Captain Reese, yeah, there's 2,500 feet per minute, they wouldn't have felt that. Doc, I did, yes. So I'm looking forward to trying that out with a special unveiling at some point. So whilst we're sitting pretty and both engines are running, let's have a look, shall we, at our arrival into Berlin. Now, I believe Nick said that they're actually expecting runway 25 right for landing. So, let's go ahead and confirm that, shall we? So we can come and come to our McDo menu, Atsu, AOC, and ATIS. Echo Delta Delta Bravo. Send that off. HD off air for a sec. Very embarrassing toilet break. Oh, we'll understand if you need to change your underwear after that. And we've got some subscriptions coming through as well. That's really appreciated, guys. Thank you very, very much. A reminder, you do need to be a subscriber to the channel to be in with a chance of winning Aerosoft's new Berlin airport, Brandenburg airport, which is coming up later on in this stream. So has that company message now come through? Yes, it has. Let's print that off. So the tower is online at Brandenburg, which is nice. Oh, Norman, sorry that you've got to go, my friend. Hope you have a great evening. Hope we've entertained you this evening. Let's have a look. Berlin, Brandenburg, Met report. Time 2120. Expect ILS approach runway 25 right. Transition 6,000 feet. And so I'm just making notes of this as well as we go down. 6,000 feet, wind variable 1 knot, ceiling and visibility okay, temperature 7, dew point 4, QNH 1020, no significant changes, information Juliet. So we can pop a couple of things into our performance page from there on in. So QNH 1020. We will do a check of this as well as we get a little bit closer. Wind variable at 1 knot. So we'll go 250 at 1. Temperature 7. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet. Actually, that's the transition level, isn't it? Not the transition altitude. Let's check. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. 5,000 feet. HD's back. Just checked at the back. No one noticed. It's amazing that people wouldn't notice that half the cabin had just suddenly gone quiet. Right, so if we're expecting now runway 25 right, not left. Let's get those charts up. ILS 25 right. So let's have a look at this. So it'll be from Nukro. Nukro straight in, and 354 is the Barrow MDA. 354. There it is. So I am expecting at some point air traffic control to give us a call, depending if they're still online. Let's just check then and go through this approach. So from Nukro, how many track miles have we got? Uh, 24 miles from Foxtrot Whiskey Echo, so that's 25 miles. So that's actually still quite far away, isn't it, by the time we get there? When we have a look at the Nukro, well actually we want the Nukro 25 right arrival, even though I know that's not coded in the simulator. So let's just go to our stars. Nukro 25 right transition. Right, so from Nukro 25 right, we would normally follow this inbound track. We're going to have to ask for vectors just because because this isn't in the database anywhere. If air traffic control is online. And I think it does look like we've got quite a bit of air traffic control online in Germany tonight. So if they're still there when we get there, that's obviously what we'll have to ask for. And we can obviously see here there are some flight constraints which we don't have here in the sim. But we will pop this in. BBI, is that available? Pop that into the RadNav. 114.1, yep, that's correct. So we're 210 miles away, and we'd best pop in the ILS frequency as well, because I don't think that's going to sort itself. HD, I don't know if you were here right at the start of the stream where we went to pop that in. Tried to put in Umburu. As soon as we put in Uburu, Nukro disappeared. So I thought if we've got air traffic control online, then air traffic control will absolutely want us to at least arrive at Nukro and not be going direct to Uburu if they've got other air traffic being vectored in and around. So I thought we'd leave Nukro, and if they tell us that we need to go and follow the star, we're just going to have to ask for vectors. Right, so the ILS frequency, which we're going to put in now manually, 109.9. 109.9. There we go, we've got that hard coded in. we could actually also put in the Fürstenwald. Tim, how's that pronunciation? Fürstenwald. VOR. Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. Pop that one in. Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. And check the frequency, 113.3, that's correct as well. So that's actually quite handy, particularly as the first part of the star is actually from Nukro to Fürstenwald. Do you know what, let's just try again. I don't think it's going to work, but we can try it, can't we? So after Nukro, later divisions from Nukro, next waypoint, Foxtrot Whiskey Echo. (113.3), that's the right one. And now if I scroll down, yeah, look, it just removes it. That's annoying. That's annoying. Okay. Let's clear it. The only other way I could do it, the only other way I can think of doing it, is we could actually pop it in after Ablocks and build it up again. So after Ablocks we could put maybe Nukro in twice. I'll obviously just go direct then after that. Fürstenwalde. Oh, Alex, not bad. I don't claim to be able to speak English that well, let alone German. So what would happen if after Ablocks then, let's try something, we've got time. If after Ablocks we put in Nukro, so N-U-K-R-O, can we pop that in? So that then being there twice. It hasn't done, has it? No. It's just shown it once. Okay, erase that. Erase that. Mark, this is a sim issue, not fly-by-wire. Fly-by-wire want to fix all this rubbish. And we can see Nukro actually now, about 140 miles away. John, how do you sign in for the giveaway? All you need to do is be a subscriber to the channel, John, for the time being. Organised 92, there's a bit of local information for you. Fürstenwalde means Prince's Forest, so I expect to see lots of trees underneath as we fly past that. So at which point do we enter German airspace? At Lemby, or between Lemby and before, or Befri. So actually not too far away. Then we'll see what's happening with regards to that. So in terms of our arrival then, the plan is from Nukro. We'll just continue on a track of 331 and air traffic control should be online to vectors after that as we're going up to the VOR here. So 331, just check that wind, see what that's like. In fact we can turn VOR2 on. Did we pop it on VOR2? Yeah we did. So we're 162 miles away from there. And then what altitude should we aim for if air traffic control are not online? We need to plan for both occurrences. Nucro 25 right and ILS 25 right. Oh, that's interesting. So the star RNAV transition just gives us a full in-out dogleg back course approach sort of thing, and then the actual ILS 25 right just takes us from Nucro straight up without doing any of this. So it depends if they want to give us the star or the straight in approach. The straight in approach would be nice. Tim, where do we enter Germany? Before. What an answer. HD, anyone who can read out a correct fuel imbalance QRH drill wins the PC. Will that be the one that I've thrown out the window? So let's just stick on the Berlin VOR as well. So what are we? We're 140 miles away from the Princess Forest VOR. I'm going to give it its English title tonight. Peter, be careful, Gav. Germany is on lockdown. Well, if you've noticed, since we've been on lockdown here in the UK, I've not done any EasyJet flights there. Yep, you'd be comfortable with HD. I would, particularly as in under those circumstances. No pilot would try and do it from memory. They'd have the QRH out. Right, let's have a look what the METAR is showing us. Oh, frame rates have just disappeared. Perhaps the new airport is loading into the computer. So we're just getting a METAR to update what we've got already in there. So our landing elevation is 154. QNH I think was 1020. So we're just going to start our approach briefing. We've already been doing it, but I'm just going crossing the T's, dotting the I's, etc. Messages received. Let's get the latest METAR. So yeah, it's still variable. Ceiling visibility okay. 1020. No changes. That all looks good. So that's fine. RadNav page is coded in. Ignore that estimated fuel on board showing -2. The moment you hit the fuel prediction page, that updates. So we'll look to start the descent in probably around about 30 miles or so. We've got a bit of a headwind, so that will help show us down. HD, that's a grand excuse. You have to choose between the QRH and the stream. The stream wins every time. Tim, they are normally exactly the same. So the METAR you've got over there on the flypad is exactly the same as you get down here on the McDo. But the difference is when you've got it printed, you've actually ripped it out, printed it off, and you've got it there. Well, then it's easy. You're not having to flick between two screens. You can just copy the information from here to here, and it's all there, nice and in front of you. So obviously we've got guys which are more familiar with the German land than I am. I'm sure you guys can give us the terrible building history of this airport. What is about 10 years it took to get this airport up and running, which astounds me, because German efficiency is meant to be fantastic worldwide, and there was already an airport there to begin with. How can it take so long? Right, so let's just have a look at what air traffic control is online. So Nick, you're saying the approach has just disappeared. Oh, fair enough. Oh, well, that's okay. So tower is online though, isn't it? Still 120025. 120025. There we go. Yep, that's a great question. Do you make the cabin PAs with his real name or VMCGHD? Imagine, guys, just imagine, once all this COVID rubbish is over, if you were on your EasyJet flight and the call came over, this is your captain speaking, my name is VMCGHD, for those of you that watch YouTube. RFS YouTuber, good evening. Let's knock. There were issues with the fire prevention and stuff in the terminals. Actually, I do remember reading about that a while back now. So not long before we start heading down. Just realised, actually, strangely enough, what we've not done this flight, probably because I've been here all the time, we've not actually enjoyed any of the outside views, are we? We're not covered in ice, so that's quite nice. And I'm looking forward now to starting our descent into Brandenburg, ready for the giveaway. In my real life day job, I hear the word Brandenburg and I think concerto. And I'm not really a fan of any of those. And number 2 isn't bad. For any trumpet players out there. Ah, 2002, good evening. I see you're en route to the cheapest and definitely on time finished airport, Berlin. I think HD is going to be going to bed with the QRH tonight. He doesn't want that to happen again. Last chance with the drinks cart.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So we'll head down now to about 10,000 feet flight level 100 at the moment. So thrust idle, vertical speed 1800, and flight level 100 blue confirmed. So we've got the weather and the landing information. Flight management computer is all prepared. Landing elevation is 154. Auto brake not required. I think it's 4 kilometers long, this runway. I've done the arrival briefing, and the weather's pretty good. I'm going to turn the terrain radar on as well. I don't know the area, but that said, minimum safe altitude is 2,400 feet, so that's quite low. And the MDA is all set at 354. To be fair to you, HD, you didn't know that trying to run the fuel imbalance correction would end up disabling engine number 2, so I think we can let you off for that. At least we got it started again. We'll get a medal and biscuits for that. Can't we ask for something a little bit stronger? So we'll make a call on VATSIM as we get a little closer to Nucro. We'll get anti-ice on as well as we get a little bit lower down through this cloud layer. Ceiling of visibility is meant to be quite good in Berlin, so that's okay. We're on our way down. Let's get the standby set. Oh, wrong way. 1020. There we go. Oh look, all systems normal. Quick engine mode select is also normal. So passing flight level 30, I just want to round that speed back a little bit. We don't want to be too high on this approach. I want to get a nice, lovely view coming into Brandenburg as we do the giveaway. We'll also take the drone camera out as well and have a look. I've not seen this airport before, so if there's anyone in the chat that knows what it looks like or has been there in real life, if you can point out anything you know that may be of interest to you. Where was the last airport we did this when we had one of those? Was it Hanover? Or we found McDonald's? That was great. Let's not, you can confirm we had sunshine. 60 degrees today in Berlin, that's quite nice. We are on live weather, of course, just not live time. We've just found a new new merchandise idea. I had an engine failure with HD and survived. So guys, now that's the time to start sticking with us for the giveaway. Stick around. We're on our way down into Berlin, Brandenburg, courtesy of Aerosoft, so a big shout out and thank you to them for obviously providing me a copy to show you and of course a copy to give away on the stream. Liam Castro, thank you very much for your subscription. Perhaps the t-shirt idea should also come with a spare pair of underwear with a similar slogan. I'll leave you guys to caption that one. So it's Lufthansa on final for 25 right. If it's on final for 25 right, is the tower not online? Oh no, the tower's just disappeared. Okay, so we're on Unicom all the way. Delta Snake, good evening. You are indeed just in time. So I've just got to keep an eye on this profile here. Platform altitude is 4,000 feet. I can't remember if I told you that. And we intercept that at around 12 miles. HD, I think if we ever go down the merch idea, it should go into the HD PC fund. Flight level 240. What I will do as well, as we normally do for the giveaways, we'll record the landing, just for fun. Hopefully I'll remember to press record this time. And yeah, we'll do the giveaway during the replay, shall we? Let the Nightbot do his thing. And let's not, we normally get a stand on the south terminal if ATC comes back. Ah, well, that is a good point. Although if ATC doesn't come back, it'll be quite nice if we didn't have to taxi all the way to the south terminal. We're coming in 25 right, so after landing we'd be looking to take Lima 4, Lima 3 if something goes wrong. And so yeah, I see south terminal, you're talking apron C, so just for quickness I think we'll look at taxiing to apron D. It was just here. There we go. So yeah, if we look at coming off at Lima 4, then we can take Victor 4 or Victor 3, come in, and then one of these new terminal buildings. Then we'll have a little look around. So let's just slow that speed down a little bit. We're 32 miles away from the Fürstenwalde VOR, although we're not actually going to that, as it's not coded in. You guys, did you guys lose the simulator for a moment? Are we back? Oh, what's happened there? Let me get this back up, guys. One moment. I am still here. Promise. Are we there? Are we back? I think I've managed to fix it. Not sure what happened there. How strange. So you should now have us back, guys. Let me know if not, if need be, I can just switch over to a different display. It's not a problem, but obviously I need to get that sorted before we actually come into land, which would be nice. Oh, we're back. Great stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start slowing down. Let's activate that approach phase. And what I'm actually going to do, just because I want to get down a little quicker actually, otherwise we're going to be a little bit too high for this final approach. How far away are we? Oh, 40 miles away. Oh, not too bad. HD, this is going to be a long tech log entry. Okay, passing 15,000 feet, let's get those seatbelt signs on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are traveling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt harness provided. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Okay, so approach checklist, minimums set both sides, engine mode select, norm. We've completed the approach briefing and the electronic flight bag is stowed. I'm just going to vector ourselves in here. Just come out right a little bit, just to extend the track mileage, just while we lose a few more feet of altitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, we're now descending towards our destination.
Anti-ice on.
Ahead of us, we should have you down very shortly. If you could please assist the cabin crew by passing the message you may have as they come around. And for your safety, please make sure your seatbelts are fastened, the electronic devices are switched on or locked into aeroplane mode, and the aircraft toilets will also be out of use. We hope you've enjoyed the flight, and we'll have you come down safely shortly.
Berlin Brandenburg traffic, easy 34 Alpha Mike is 30 miles to the southeast. Make the approach ILS runway 25 right. So one of the things that we also need to make sure works, and I'm sure it will, is the ILS information. As with some mods, we have seen that it's not been populating. I mean, I've popped that in anyway. I'm just going to double check that 109.9. 109.9. Yep, that's correct. So happy with that. (10,000 feet) and speed Alt Star. Let's get those landing lights on. Why were the runway turner flights still on? They'll be off anyway because the nose gear, they come on with the nose gear, but even so. Okay, let's continue down to 4,000 feet, the platform altitude. (1022) set thrust idle, VS 1,300 feet and 4,000 feet blue. Joked. 2002. Let's see if I can start the sim in time to watch the landing on VATSIM. How long does it take your sim to start? Oh, there we go. Landing system on. That's populated nicely. And here comes the turbulence as we come through the clouds, which is a great effect. HD, considering today you're not worried about the nose lights, but I tell you what, I'll make one mistake, you make one mistake. I think tit for tat is fine there, isn't it? Okay, let's start to make our intercept turn. Heading 300 should do. So remember guys, all you have to do to be with a chance of winning a copy of this airport we're about to land at is ensure that you are a subscriber to the channel for now. Smooth flying, does VNAV work in the A320? In the real world, yes. In the flight simulator at the moment, no.
Early Brandenburg traffic, Lufthansa 1349er, we're 1 mile out for ILS runway 25 right.
Oh, that's annoying. Berlin Brandenburg traffic, Easy 34 Alpha Mike is about to intercept the localizer at 21 miles. Do you need us to make a loop? What's your indicated airspeed?
Please repeat.
Oh, great. Easy 34 Alpha Mike, we're about to intercept the localizer at around 18 miles out. We can make a 180 hold pattern if you require us to.
Be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
If you could maybe hold for a bit of, we are obviously 20 nautical miles, I don't know if we saw you, 20 nautical miles on final Easyjet.
Right, this could be a problem, couldn't it? Easy 34 Alpha Mike, we're establishing now, we're at 16.5 miles. If you can reduce to final approach speed, and we'll maintain a fast approach until as late as possible. Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Roger, we have visual with you. We will maintain our minimum approach speed for now. Thank you for your help, Easyjet.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, I think we are in conflict. I'm already established. I'm 15 miles out, 4,000 feet, Lufthansa 1349.
Right, okay, we're going around. Roger, Easy 34 Alpha Mike, going around. Okay, let's open climb that, and let's make a right hand turn, get us off. Oops, wrong one. And we'll make a 180. Speed alt star, 6,000 feet should be fine.
And Lufthansa, how far are you away from airport for Easyjet Frankfurt?
By the time we've made this loop, Chumi, who's the Easyjet that you've just heard, should be fine. And he'll be in. So, slight delay to the giveaway, guys, while we do that again.
Brandenburg traffic, Lufthansa 1349er, we're 10 miles out, we're currently at 190 knots, and we'll maintain until 6 miles final, Lufthansa 1349.
So we'll just continue to circle.
14.5 nautical miles from the airport. We keep our minimum approach speed. If we could request a short fast vacate from you, it would be perfect. Easy transfer.
Roger, we'll vacate as soon as we can. Lufthansa 1349er in Berlin.
Thank you very much.
So I think once Chumi has, in fact he's there, look, you can just see him. So we went up to 6,000 feet just to maintain that vertical separation. He's now going to come back round. Once he's passed down downwind of us, we'll go back down to 4,000 feet. Brandenburg traffic Easy34 Alpha Mike is now making a right base turn to intercept the ILS runway 25 right at 17 miles. So we will start to slow down as well. So let's go flap 1. "4,000 feet is the platform. HD, you're right, but sometimes it's not worth the hassle. So there we go, there was our intercept point anyway, and you can just see the glide slopes coming up as well, which is quite nice. So we'll intercept the localizer again. We've now got great separation. There's the localizer coming in. Let's arm the lock. In fact, we can probably arm the approach as well in a moment. We just need to capture that lock. There we go, lock green. Now it's captured the lock. It should also capture the glide slope. So let's turn the approach mode on. Speed Alt star. Cat 3 single. Glide slope blue.
Brandenburg traffic, 2044, we're going to do the full Eco 25 Romeo star to allow for space.
Brandenburg traffic Easy3 for Alpha Mike is now established. Runway 25 right, 13 miles.
And Lufthansa, how far are you from the airport? For Easyjet we might want to increase our indicated airspeed due to traffic behind us.
And glide slope captured. So we've got traffic in front of us. Let's start slowing down a little bit more. What are we, 11 miles out? Let's go flaps 2. Smooth flying, can I do a diversion tutorial someday? We just did one. The problem is we need the secondary flight plan to be working, really. Sam C, good afternoon, how's the flight going? As HD says, absolutely fine, we've not had a single issue. It's been great. Looking forward to the giveaway when we come into land. And I'll look around this airport. Okay, we're now in VMC. I'm going to take the terrain radar off. Turn that weather radar down as well.
Lufthansa, for Easyjet, how are you far from the airport?
Easy34 Alpha Mike is 8.5 miles away.
Roger, could you speed down quite a bit? We are 5.5 miles from the airport.
Certainly can. Landing gear down. Roger, we'll slow to final approach speed now. Easy34 Alpha Mike. So landing gears down.
Thank you very much.
Let's get flaps 3. Speed check, flaps 3.
Runway 25 right, Alpha located at Berlin, Lufthansa launch for 9er.
Get the lights out. Ding the cabin. And flaps full. Okay, approach checklist. Landing. Cabin is secured for landing. And one thing I've not got, where's our go around altitude? 4,000 feet. Oh, that's fine, it is set. Go around is set. Auto thrust speed, ECAM memo, landing, and oh, spoilers, no blue. There we go. So this, guys, is Berlin's new airport, Brandenburg Airport, which we are going to give away after we've landed. So looking forward to that. The landing has been recorded, so we're going to enjoy watching that afterwards. And that is, of course, when we will do the giveaway. Remember, guys, all you need to do to be in with a chance of winning the giveaway at the moment, stay on the stream and be a subscriber to the channel. That's all we need for the moment. Subscriber to the channel. Auto brake not required. It's a 4,000 meter runway. No auto brake required. So, a nice steady wind. It's also a little headwind, which is quite neat. Oh, look, we gained some ice as we were going through there. Okay, 1,000 feet. And autopilot 1 off. I have control. Losing some frame rates as I attempt to find the right angle to land the aircraft at. So we'll check this scenery out, guys, after we've landed. Remember, be a member of the channel, sorry, a subscriber to the channel. You don't need to be a member, but a subscriber to the channel for this. We need that runway to get vacated, though. I can see there's still traffic on the runway. Come on, get off. We might have to just land anyway. Late landing clearance.
Burn traffic Easyjet bucket on 25 right.
Thank you, 34 Alpha Mike. Ooh, we got the center line. Reverses off, on, decel, reverse green. Reverses off, 70 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers.
Chewie, I need you to move.
Opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike is waiting to vacate the runway.
On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey.
Shall I flash him with my landing lights?
Flight and destination information. Check out our official Facebook.
Easyjet from taxi via Lima 4, Victor, and then to end of place.
That's good. I just want to get past the stop bars. So what was the landing rate? Did anyone manage to get that spot on? We're going to have a look around at the airfield. We're then going to do the giveaway, guys. Tim, no, all of the announcements come from self-loading cargo. They're not integrated into the fly-by-wire version. Easy 34 Alpha Mike, runway 25 right, vacated at Berlin, Brandenburg. So let's have a look around, guys, see what we can see. Looking very, very nice, isn't it? So this is taxiway Victor Charlie, I think, and I'm now just looking as I'm taxiing on my second screen, just watching the names of all the taxiway signs, and this is great. Oh, actually, this is Victor 1 then, is that right? Yeah, Victor Charlie is just there, as you can see. So let's park up, let's take the drone camera around, and then we're going to do the giveaway. Stick with me. To be entered into the giveaway, remember, you need to be a subscriber to the channel. Do you know what? Well, let's just take a left here. You need to be a subscriber to the channel. And then I have one more thing for you guys to do. So Stan Bravo 5. And that car's not going to get out of the way, is he? He's not going to get out of the way. We're just going to run him over. And he's gone. Now, one of the things that would have been nice to check, but I don't think it works. I've not seen any of them working yet, but the stop bars. I'm presuming if I can zoom in far enough, they'll have got the correct coordinates on there, but I don't think the stop bars are working. That's nice. I'm going to leave the engines running though, just because we're going to do the replay and the engines need to be running for that. So that's fine. Let me just apply those parking brakes and then we'll have a quick look around. So let me get the drone camera out and just change the settings of this so I can move around a little bit. Oh, why are my spoilers still up? Hang on, I just need to get back into the cabin. Spoilers were disarmed. Key binding issue. There we go. Okay. Now let's have a look. So, if anyone knows anywhere in particular they want to go to in this airfield to check out, then please do let me know. But here is the brand new Berlin Brandenburg airport. Which is looking really nice. And one of the things that I like to do, particularly with these custom built airports, is have a look at the entrance to the terminals and have a look at all the little decal stuff that they've got with posters and wow, look at the actual markings as well. So Mercedes-Benz clearly being advertised there on the advertising boards. I believe that's the entrance to Berlin Brandenburg Willy Brandt Airport. Can we go inside? As we have seen in the past, some of the aircraft you can actually go and... oh, they have actually put... Look! Are these correct as well? 30 to 35, 30 to 45, 20... Look at that! You've actually got gate numbers have all been put in as well. How neat! Really nice. No stop signs. And... oh, let's just go back in there. What we got? Different carpet. And this must be the entrance exit out to various car parks. These road signs, now look at that. Oh wow, look at that. So after you've gone and picked up your car, you now know where to go to park, which way to get to the airport city, etc. and things like that. That's real. That is quite neat, isn't it? That is really neat. I don't think I've actually seen road signs before in any custom airports. So let's just have a nip over here as well. If we just have a quick spin around, we've obviously got the distant airport buildings over there. Joke 22, the airport has indeed got a lot of Mercedes-Benz advertisements all around. Well, it's nice to see that they've been put in, isn't it? So this is really nice stuff, really good. Aerosoft doing a fantastic job yet again. I've just come into the buildings here. I could probably walk through the glass jetway as well, to be fair. And don't know if we've got anything here. That looks quite neat from a little pre-boarding sort of view. And once again, we've got gate numbers. So it's nice. It's really, really, really nice. Should we just have a quick zip over here? Just before I do, let me speed up the camera. And drone speed. Okay guys, so what I want you to do while I'm zipping around the airport, so this is the chance, we're going to do the giveaway in a minute, in a couple of minutes. So what I want you to do, in order to be in with a chance of winning this fantastic airport, courtesy of Aerosoft. So again, a big thank you to them for obviously providing me with a sample copy to show you here and then to give away during this stream. What I need you guys to do is just type into the chat the airport ICAO code identifier, which is Echo Delta Delta Bravo. Simply type that into the chat. You only need to type it in once and you will be entered for the giveaway. Lufthansa Technik. And they put in so much stuff as well. Look at that, they've actually built it through the highway tunnel that goes in there. So that's all I need you to do, guys. Echo Delta Delta Bravo, type that in and we'll give it away in a couple of minutes. An absolutely fantastic airport, and of course one that I will be returning to here with the EasyJet flights, as it is one of the main airports that EasyJet are now flying to. So spam that chat, Echo Delta Delta Bravo. You do know you only have to pop it in once though, and you're then entered. It's that little power station, power grid for the airport. It's quite neat. And we'll roll the replay in a moment, and on touchdown we shall we'll do the giveaway. So really, really, really nice. Loving it. Okay guys, I'll give you another minute to continue to get those entries in. Echo Delta Delta Bravo. Pop that in to be in with a chance of winning this this awesome looking airport. So I've now stopped the recording. We shall rewind, watch the arrival from a passenger viewpoint, and on touchdown we will we'll roll the dice and see who's going to be walking away. For the winner, what the winner shall need to do is they will need to contact me either via email or on Discord. Drop me a private message and I'll verify that you're the winner, of course, and then I will send you instructions on what you need to do in order to retrieve this airport from Aerosoft. So let me just load the replay in. And oh, actually, yeah, I'm just going to say when I do that it will turn to real time, so night time. Let's just quickly have a look. Oh wow, arguably it looks even more amazing at night. Look at the glass terminals, the glass jetways. Well, if you didn't want it before, this should convince you. How amazing does that look? And one of the things I found as well with, look at that. One of the things I have found with a lot of the default airports, I know a lot of people tell you, oh, there are some floating orbs there. Seems to be Seems to be the lamppost is missing. But one of the things that many of us have found with the default airports is that at night time they're just very poorly lighted, and the taxiing becomes very, very difficult because of how you move around and things. And that is an amazing control tower. Look at that. And just very quickly, can we go inside the control tower, and do we have any special things in there? It's worth a quick look, isn't it? Just while people continue to get the final votes in, entries in. Echo Delta Delta Bravo. And have we got anything in there? No, nothing in that one. Okay, right, let's return to the aircraft. Let me come off VATSIM. Let's roll the replay. So VATSIM is coming off, as is self-loading cargo. We don't want that. And just disconnect from the server. There we go. Alright. I'm also going to set the time of day to daytime again. There we go. And let's roll the replay. Now I actually started recording this from quite a way back, so I am just going to skip forward quite a bit. And on touchdown then, we shall on touchdown, we'll roll the dice. Let's also just turn these off as well for the replay. So 2,500 feet to go if you want to be within a chance of winning this airport from Aerosoft. And on touchdown, as I say, we're going to roll the dice. Let's enjoy. HD, who's going to go and cuddle up with the QRH for the night. If you're just joining us, you've got about 1,000 feet to enter the giveaway. Echo Delta Delta Bravo. Type it into the chat. I don't know if anyone in the stream has actually flown into this airport before, but if they have, tell me, does it look realistic? Both the approach and the airport scenery. I think the airport scenery looks amazing. We'll definitely be landing here again. So, 112 of you have entered the giveaway. Last few hundred feet. Echo Delta Delta Bravo in the chat. And on touchdown, we're rolling the dice. Look at all those outbuildings out there. How great's that? Here we go, guys. Good luck to everybody.
20, 10, 5,
And the winner is Let's Knock. Let's Knock. Congratulations, my friend. You are the winner of a free copy of Aerosoft's brand new release, the Berlin Brandenburg Airport. So big congratulations to you, my friend. I need you to make yourself known to me here in the chat. Make sure that you are there. Otherwise we have to give it away again. Let's Knock. I can see half a message from you, but YouTube has restricted it. Say it again for me, please, without the language. Which, to be fair, probably shouldn't have been hidden. It wasn't too bad, but it is a family-friendly site, so just make yourself known to me again without the... there we go. Okay, so Let's Knock. Thanks a lot. Thank you to everybody. That's great stuff. So, Let's Knock. What I need you to do is send me an email, and I just need you to either do that, or of course I need you to send me a note on the Discord channel. Send me a PM and I will tell you exactly what I need to do to get you to give you your free copy of this wonderful looking airport. So if you can do that for me, then obviously this airport shall be yours. Congratulations. So I hope you enjoy this wonderful wonderful airport. I'm looking forward to coming back here again. It is a great looking airport. They've also obviously done the scenery around the airport as well, so it's not just the airport itself. They've also got the airport and the surroundings. Just have a quick look at the landing from the other side as well. But yeah, if you're not already in the Discord, Let's Knock, then obviously you can contact me on there. And the Nightbot should now just be giving you the Discord link if you want to join us, and of course that goes for anybody else who wants to join us on the Discord. Great community on there, lots of help for anyone that's having problems with the flight simulator, the A320. We even now have a CRJ channel as well. I need all the help I can get with that one. So yeah, great if anyone wants to come and join the Discord. Just Angel, do I do long haul? Yes, I do, on a Monday. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to call that an out. Big congratulations again to Let's Knock. Look forward to hearing from him, to give him a copy of this. We do still have some other stuff to give away in future streams as well, so please do hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any more of our giveaways. We've teamed up obviously with several content creators for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we really do enjoy giving these away. It makes the streams quite exciting. Hope you've enjoyed the flight with us today. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'm going to leave you with one last replay of our arrive here into Aerosoft's new Berlin Brandenburg Airport. Big thank you to everyone on the stream tonight. Big thank you to those of you that have subscribed, to those of you that have donated as well. Huge thank you. You're all very, very kind. And of course, our new channel members and our existing channel members, once again, a big, big thank you from me. I look forward to seeing you all again for the next flight. Until then, I'm going to leave you, as I said, with one more replay, and I'll look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye bye for now.